Oh, so what a up? Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. It's a stinking hot day here in Thailand. So I'm heading to 7-Eleven. I need an iced coffee because I tell you what, this heat's draining me too. I have a lot of energy today and I need it because I've got some cool stuff to talk to you about today. Yeah, so 7-Eleven air conditioning, nothing like it, I tell you. Hi. Having fun with the locals. So today I actually got some fun stuff to talk about today because last week's video was a bit emotional, it was a bit of a heavy one. So I need to look at the light-hearted approach today. And yeah, I'll talk to you about it after I have my coffee.
A few moments later.
Alrighty, so yeah, I've got my 7-Eleven iced coffee. Ooh-wee! This stuff is like liquid crack. Oh my gosh. Whoa. But anyway, today I want to talk about tattooing the MC members and all my gang members. As I've said in a lot of my previous videos, I tattooed for 33 odd years. About 10 of those years I spent working for MC-owned studios. I tattooed a lot of them, and yeah, I've got some really cool stories to tell. Some funny ones, some not so funny ones, and a lot more. And then when it comes to the gang, oh man, oh, they all came to me because, you know, most tattooers aren't gonna do what they were wanting, you know, no swastikas, no SS bolts, none of that stuff. They all came to me for that, and I was actually happy to do it because they paid me and I charged them a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna go drink this coffee and go find a nice little spot down at the beach here. And yeah, you want to hear about some cool stories? You got it.
More moments later.
All right, so I found myself a nice sunny little spot working through my coffee, and oh man, this stuff is way strong. But hey, if you want to buy me a coffee, you know, and help support this channel, go to the links below. You can buy me a coffee or two. Much appreciated, because man, these are a necessity here in Thailand. Oh. Whew. So today, let's talk tattoos. Yeah, let's talk about gang tattoos, MC tattoos, outlaw bikers. It's part of that world, both worlds. They all get tattooed, you know. It's always been a part of it, especially the MC world. Yeah, MCs have owned tattoo studios for the longest time. In fact, my introduction to the MC was through tattoo studios. And I had a lot of wild experiences in those studios. I had a lot of wild times tattooing the members and their friends and everything. It was crazy. The president of the Gold Coast, he wasn't president at that time. He came in and got tattooed by me when I first started there, and we became friends. In fact, we actually went out that night, partied. And, you know, that was it. I was his tattooist. He would come and get all his work done by me. He'd bring all his friends in, all the brothers. Cool, especially back in the early days. As I'm talking to you, early 2000s. It was actually, I think, 2000 when I started there. All these guys were pretty much still old school, you know, and they'd come in and, you know, sit down, get tattooed, have a good yarn, never really bothered them too much. And, you know, we'd have some fun. We'd go back, rack up a few. And yeah, sit down, tattoo all night, we'd just have laughs and girls would be coming in. It's like having the clubhouse at the tattoo shop sometimes, you know. You'd tattoo one of them, next minute he's on the phone to all the other brothers, oh, I'm down getting tattooed, and they're all coming down, and it's party central. Sometimes I wouldn't even get much work done. I'd be there the whole day and do like 2 hours of tattooing on these guys, because we'd just end up talking and partying and having all sorts of fun. So often you'd see Harleys parked up out front of the tattoo shop. It was great. I loved it. So if one was getting tattooed and the other guys were there, you can imagine what the egging on was like, or the shtick that they would give them, and they'd be, hey Brad, dig it in deep. And of course I would do the same. I would just rip it to these guys and have fun, you know. I'm like, oh, oops, oh, I dropped that needle. Oh, oops, you didn't want that in there. And my friend, like I said, I tattooed him for years. My studio became the place to get tattooed, and especially for him when he actually moved to the Gold Coast, he'd bring all the guys up and get tattooed by me. There's a lot of these guys coming into the Gold Coast. It was kind of the start of the Nike bikies. They all wanted to get tattooed. They want to look the part. I was the guy to do it. And of course, that's when I really had fun, you know, because these guys were just, oh man, they didn't deal with pain too well. Even my friend, now he was fine, you know, tattooed his arms are no problem, so he handled that okay. When it came to his back, this piece here, that was a different story. Yeah, he's like, I want this, got to get it done. I'm like, okay. His back hurt him. It hurt him a lot. Got so bad that he would have to chew on a Chupa Chup, you know, the lollipops, just to get through it. Like, it was the sugar, maybe pick him up a little bit and carry him through. It was just chewing on it, biting down on it more likely. And in fact, one day he did, and he broke his tooth in half. No lie. He actually blamed me for it. He's like, you owe me a tooth, bro. It's no way, man. No way. I've never paid him for it. You know, that's on him. He bite down so hard you break your tooth. Sorry. And the funny thing was, the next session we did, he wanted his armpit done. And I'm like, oh, come on, dude. You want your armpit done? I didn't even know if I wanted to do it. You know, you don't handle this too well anymore. He's like, no, bro, got to get it done. He handled it fine. Like, in fact, it was probably, as far as I could tell, his easiest tattoo. He just lay there with his arm up while I'm drilling away. I'm like, oh, this is just nuts. But if you know anything about tattooing, everyone's different. Everyone feels it differently in different places. It's just how we're made up. He would bring in a lot of these guys to get tattooed, as I said now. Even as vice president, wanted a big cross on his back as well. It took me 3 sessions just to do an outline, and that was it. He never got it finished. He just really didn't handle getting tattooed, and a lot of these guys were like that. And of course, it was a changing of this. It was a Nike bikies coming into all these guys. Like, oh, I want to be tough guys. Come get tattooed by me, and we'll see how tough you are. You know, one of the worst ones that I had to deal with. Oh man. One of the guys from the local chapter, he was the epitome of the Nike bikie. Now, I'd done a 1% panel on his ribs, and oh my gosh, he was squirming, complaining the whole time. And I get it, you know, ribs are painful, but this was just OTT. A while later, he's getting tattooed in the booth next to me because he just doesn't want a part of me anymore. Oh man, he was complaining way more with the other guy, and I've been tattooed by the other guy. It really wasn't that painful at all, so I was like, oh, what's going on over here? Stuck my head around the corner, and he's getting his chest done. I'm like, oh, what's going on with you, man? What's all this noise? He's like, oh, it really hurts, man. Oh, this numbing cream isn't working. I'm like, oh, which numbing cream are you using? And he said, oh, the one you sell here. I'm like, oh, well, that's the problem. You got the wrong one, man. He said, oh, which one do I get? What's the right one? I said, well, you go down to the pharmacy and go and ask for some Vagisil. And he looked at me, he said, what do I do with that? I said, you rub it into your vagina. He wasn't too happy about that. In fact, he complained to my mate. My mate said, go easy on these guys, eh? I'm like, you have to ask me to go easy on them? Okay, cool. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I never really tattooed any of the guys after that, and I ended up leaving there, and I was patched with the Skinhead gang at the time. So what about their tattoos? They got tattooed, yeah? Well, a few of them did, not many, you know. Most of these guys, trust me, weren't that committed. There was a few hardcore guys. In fact, my friend who prospected me in, he was the most hardcore. His first tattoo was when he was 14 years old. His mother signed for it, dropped him off at the studio, and he got a portrait of Hitler done. His first tattoo. That guy was really extreme. You know, years later, once he got out of the club and everything, he started changing the style of tattoos. He started covering a lot up and changing and, you know, still within his beliefs, but not so overtly racist. He said he just had enough. As far as, you know, the other guys go, I did a sleeve on one of them with a big, you know, battle flag and a portrait of Hitler and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. But the craziest one was when I was getting my patch tattooed on me. Myself and 2 other brothers decided, you know, the day after we got our patches, we were going to go get our club patches tattooed on us. I was doing those guys, and one of the other members was going to tattoo mine. One of our prospects came along, and he decided he wanted to get tattooed as well, and he asked me to do it. I'm like, oh, yeah, cool, what do you want done? He's like, oh, I want a swastika here, I don't want the SS bolts here. Like on his stomach, right next to his belly button. I'm like, really, dude? You want that? And he's like, I want them big. I'm like, oh, okay, you want it? Not a problem. You're like 21. So yeah, enjoy this. And I did it for him. I did the massive and I smashed that in there. So if you want this, man, this ain't ever coming out. So hope you're still enjoying it, you know, because I tell you what, laser ain't getting that stuff out. You would have to black it out completely. I had a lot of crazy times, a lot of crazy experiences, and unfortunately in YouTube world, I can't talk about so much of it, but I am considering doing a little members video. You know, I may do something like that in the next couple of weeks. So if you're not a member of my channel, sorry, you're probably going to miss out. There's going to be some juicy stuff because members videos aren't on public view, so I can pretty much talk about whatever I want. You'll want to hear that? Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to finish my coffee and go for a walk down the beach. But hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you on the channel next week. And hey, don't forget, if you want to support me in any way, there's a few different ways you can do it. Coffee is the best way of buy me a coffee. You can buy me one. Oh, it's the best thing. Or you can buy merchandise. I make t-shirts, stickers, all that kind of cool stuff. As always, if you really want to support the channel, just give us a big like. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. And hit that little bell to get notified of new videos coming out Sundays and Thursdays. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope you all have a great day and go get tattooed. Yeah, and have fun while you're doing it. Peace out, y'all.